It is the Matt Mosley Show. Thank you to our dedicated, loyal audience. I probably, when I came over to Rogue, I should have negotiated a little vacation time in. I may have forgotten to do that. So today, I'm headed to the mountains for a little ski time, and Scotty and I are trying to get to you, spend a little time with you. I'm in Denver. I've pulled off the road here, and we'll do it via. In fact, my 18-year-old daughter, my Aggie, has kind of set the phone up here, so I can sound off. Tomorrow, I'll be in Beaver Creek, and I'll have a little more conventional setup for you. But Scotty's got some stuff going on, and he's doing a great job behind the scenes. We have another viewer that is a valued member. One of Scotty's loved ones is watching us as we speak, and so we have a fun guest with us. Man, my people are in the Torchies. I don't know if you can see it, kind of like back behind us. Anyway, I sent them in there to get some food, and I'm going to spend a little time with you. And we just wanted to spend a little time today, do a show, and we'll be doing we'll be doing some abbreviated shows until, we're going to take some time off on Thursday, and then we'll be back with you Monday the 5th in a full capacity. But we could not completely go away with all these games coming up. I mean, we have the Alamo Bowl of all things today. I thought about, Scotty, I thought about just, letting everybody see, because yesterday we had our Gary Patterson drop by, and that was fun. And Gary, Scotty, what some of these Baylor people are thinking. Gary wants 19 more wins. Gary's 65 years old. He sees Signetti having success. Whittingham at age 66 just got hired. I think Gary Patterson wants to coach again. And the coaches in their 60s are having a moment. Scotty was really wanting Baylor to get ready to hire somebody in their 60s. And I think he was looking at all sorts of coaching staffs out there. Remember, and again, Art's not coming back, but at age 70, Art Briles is back in college football, Eastern New Mexico. So I'll bring him up just to say that the 60-something head coach is certainly having a moment. And that was kind of interesting to have Gary Patterson on yesterday. I was talking to the Baylor folks and trying to decide, Scotty, we could have Scott Drew, because with all this James Najee stuff, I was really wanting Scott to come on. But I kind of hate I don't know, Scotty, like, it did not seem, although you're pulling this off for us, Scotty and I are pulling off a little bit of a high wire act. And Scott Drew was willing to jump on with us as I pulled off the road in Denver. So I elected not to do that, which maybe was a bad call, but who knows. But Scotty sounded off. I did want to say, this James Najee, they're going to get him ready. They're going to get some practices. We don't know yet whether James Najee will be ready to play with Baylor on Saturday in that game against TCU on, what is that, Scotty? 2 days after January 1. So that'd be January 3rd on Saturday. We'll be in position to try to monitor that game. So what I arranged, Scotty, is to try to have Scott on the Monday after that game, and then he'll join us and we'll react to everything. So we'll try to make it work and get it all right. So, man, hope everybody's having a great time. I don't know if people went back to work, or if a lot of people are taking vacation this week with another holiday coming up. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and then, of course, New Year's Day on the 1st. And I would highly doubt many people are going to be working that Friday after New Year's Day. But who knows? Maybe some people will. I think Scotty and I are actually going to take that day off, if I remember correctly. But we may try to do some stuff with you guys tomorrow. And I've got my full, Scotty, I brought my full armada of all my doomsday equipment. So I'll be able to fire up the stand and the wireless mics and all the good stuff. And tomorrow we'll do like a full-blown Mosley show. And by full-blown, I mean we might go like 45 minutes. But no, we'll have fun. We'll do it. And we're kind of on some holiday hours, but I just did not want to leave you guys empty-handed. And we got all kinds of stuff coming up. I did see Scotty, and Scotty, feel free, Scotty, if you ever want to pop in, feel free to do so. But Scotty's got his hands full right now, managing multitasking, let's call it, doing some major multitasking and being a dad. And boy, he has got the cutest little daughter you have ever seen. Scotty may not choose today to have her debut on the Mosley show, but my goodness, what a cutie. All right, 18 months old. Wow. And mine is 18 years old. Both cuties. But Scotty's is at that toddler age where they're having a big time moving all around. Scotty was getting to spend some quality time with his daughter today. All right, so we're managing, and I am in Denver, Colorado. This is kind of like there's big things happening here, because last night the guy who wins or should win the MVP pretty much every year, Nikola Jokic, the Joker himself, got hurt. And the great news is, like, I think they'd almost have to shut down the NBA if Jokic was out for the year. It's going to be about 4 weeks. Looks like a foot injury or ankle or something, and he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. It's not for the year, but this guy plays every game. But last night, the Nuggets were playing, and he was down on the ground on the court, writhing in pain. It did not look good. But there's great news today, and that is Nikola Jokic is going to be okay. I am in Denver. Scotty, at some point, tell me, like, should I stay here? Are the Broncos in town? Are they finishing their game up? I got people walking around wondering why a man's just talking to his phone out here. Let's see where I am. I'm outside a Wingstop, and then this is a veterinary emergency group up here. So I hope I'm not taking up their parking. It looks like I'm at a good parking spot here, but I may, if there's any pet emergencies, I might have to put this thing in reverse. But looks like they're handling the pets really well in there, from what I can tell. The walk-in ER for pets, and painted on the door, they've got cats, dogs, and even some like chickens. Seems odd that somebody would take a chicken in there. What is that? Almost look like a bear or something. I don't think anybody would bring a bear in here, but we are in Colorado. I don't know, but it is the Mosley Show. It is Rogue Media Network Holiday Edition. Now, Scotty, yesterday those reports came out for the CFP, like the injury report that Skylar Howard, the defensive lineman that we've been kind of watching to see if he might be ready to go for Tech, and that's not happening. Will Hammond, the backup quarterback, he's out. Some of those guys, though, some of those players on the Tech team are questionable, might be back. I mean, I think Tech has, but I mean, even without that player who really has been out most of the season, these guys are just, I mean, that front four is probably, like, if I had to, I mean, because just remember, Indiana lost that defensive lineman that's so good, number 92, because he was celebrating after the game and he tried to jump up or something and hurt himself. It's looking like he's going to be out for this game. They did get the receiver Cooper back. Looks like he will play in this game. But I think Texas Tech, like if we're going group by group, I think you can make the argument that in this, of the 8 teams left, I think Tech has the best defensive line. And I think Tech may have the best linebackers. Now, I don't think they have the best secondary. I love Indiana's secondary. Miami has actually a pretty good secondary. Let's remember Miami sacked Marcel Reed in that game 10 days ago, 9 or 10 days. How many days ago? Well, however long ago it was. In the CFP, They sacked Marcel Reed on the 20th. They sacked him like 7 times in that game. Bain is a playing dude. Is it Reuben Bain? I mean, he is awesome. The Miami defensive lineman. I mean, there's some weird lines in this one. That game is 9.5. They've got Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl favored by 9.5. I think it's appropriate. And I think if I had to bet that game, I would. Right now, the way it's leaning, I would take Ohio State to cover the 9.5. It's probably unfair. It's probably bias against the ACC by me. I just don't trust the ACC. They beat the Ags 10-3 in a slugfest. Who's to say they can't get in a slugfest at the Cotton Bowl? But I think back to Ohio State. They function well in that stadium. I think back 2014 when they beat Oregon to win the national title in that building. Cardell Jones got the job done that day, the quarterback from Ohio State. So I like them to cover the 9.5. That Indiana situation, Indiana and Alabama in the Rose Bowl. I mean, Indiana's favored by 7. I mean, it's the weirdest thing ever. You got a neutral site, Pasadena. You got one storied program, one of the most storied programs in the history of college football, and you have one non-storied program, which has been horrible for most of its existence, and they're favored by 7 over Alabama because the way Alabama had to come back in the second half, well, they came back in the first half, made it 17-17, and then they just outclassed Oklahoma in Norman. Indiana is, I mean, it's an unbelievable thing that Indiana is favored to win that game by 7. I like Alabama to cover here. I still would take Indiana to win this game, but man, 7 points in the Rose Bowl. And it's Alabama. It's not like, oh, hey, Alabama has a bad quarterback. No, Ty Simpson's a good quarterback. Oh, Alabama doesn't have good wide receivers. They absolutely. They have great wide receivers. Alabama doesn't run the ball well. They don't. They actually don't do that. They still play. They in that second half they short circuited after the poor start. And they had the huge pick 6 to get them back in that game. And I mean it's an enormous opportunity. That got them back in the game. Then they scored again before the end of the half. That got it to be 17-17. I've got Cowboy stuff for you, by the way. Jerry talked today on his show. I've got some things to share with you. We're going to take care of our sponsors here in a minute, and then I'm going to come back and we are going to talk some Cowboys. And I just got several things to hit on the Cowboys front. But going through the CFP, Georgia is favored by 6.5 over Ole Miss. I think if Lane Kiffin were coaching Ole Miss in the Sugar Bowl, it would be Georgia by 3 or 3.5. I think with Lane Kiffin out of this game, I think that's why it's a 6.5. And you go, Mosley, Pete Golding, he's a good coach. Fine, that's fine. He probably is, but he's not Kiffin. He's not calling the offense. They do have their offensive coordinator that'll be there. He's on loan from LSU, and that is Charlie Weiss Jr. I think they'll function okay. I don't think they'll function as well as they did earlier in the season when, by the way, they got beat by Georgia in a shootout. And when I was watching that game, it ended up like, was it 35, 31, 38? I mean, that was a high-scoring affair. And I love Chambliss. I mean, I love Trinidad Chambliss. I love the Ole Miss quarterback here in this game. But the quarterback for Georgia's been fine. Now they don't kill you with explosives, but Stockton can run. He can hurt you with his feet. Chambliss can do the same thing, by the way. So I mean, it's going to be very, very interesting. But I like Georgia with a 6.5 with the more established coach and Kirby Smart. I mean, you give me Golding versus Kirby Smart. Come on. It's like taking candy from a baby. All right, I'm sorry, but I'm not even saying that about Golding. It's more like candy in terms of gambling. All right. It's just a way more established coach in that game. And so I like, and Scotty will jump on with me tomorrow and he'll give some of his takes on this thing as well. What am I missing? Texas Tech and Oregon. Boy, Oregon has been favored by this one. It was about 1.5. This is more of like a pick'em type game. Seems at the Orange Bowl. I'm about Cody Campbelled out. I love my Tech people. All right, I got incredible friends. I mean, like, at least I don't know how many people are subscribing to the YouTube channel now, but let's round up and let's call it 20,000 subscribers. I don't know. But it's a good group. It's a good group. I would say there are at least 300 to 500 Tech people. All right, the Tech people are closet Mosley fans. They don't like to get out there with it too much, but they've always been supportive of me. And I even think the Tech people have a little bit. They love Cody Campbell. They love what he's doing. But I mean, my gosh, if I have to read and, thank goodness our friend, our friend from CBS did that first thing on him. And Scotty went on and on about that story. And, that was good. It was good stories. Cody Campbell. All right, now we've had 7 more, and ESPN did this huge piece, and oh my gosh, they were with him as he drank his coffee at the high school football game. His 14-year-old son playing out there at Fort Worth Nolan or wherever he goes. Fort Worth, I think it is Fort Worth Nolan. And it's just like, oh, do we have to have another story on Cody Campbell? I mean, I'm about Campbelled out a little bit. Joey McGuire, it's a great story. Big story today on ESPN.com. That they went and they hired a big time. And I think by then Cody Campbell had more influence and was on his way to becoming the chairman of the Board of Regents. He got himself appointed with the help of Kent Hance. Kent Hance has rehabilitated his image a little bit out there, a former politician who played a role in, I think Kent Hance might have gotten sideways with Bob Knight back in the day, and Kent Hance could not save Mike Leach. Kent Hance, now that Texas Tech is really, really good, has somehow kind of gotten himself back in there, glad-handing folks and acting like, because Kent Hance is the ultimate politician. He is the former chancellor at Texas Tech, and he's probably some kind of emeritus role now. But the people know, the real Tech people know, that Hance was not in favored status, and he's tried to kind of get his way back in there. I just think Texas Tech. Texas Tech has had too much sitting around. I will say that it probably did help Oregon to go out there on the night of the whatever that night was, 20th, and beat up on JMU. And kind of keep in the flow, all right? Keep in the flow of things, because now it's only been, 10 days or 11 days since they played. Whereas for Tech, it's been like 3.5 weeks, almost been a month since Texas Tech has played. So they got to ramp that up. They got to be ready. And they got to get back in there and kind of establish. And I think as physical as that defense is, and as great as those pass rushers are, boy, look for Oregon to try to get out there and really get off to a fast start, and hope that Tech is a little rusty with all that time off. They've had a lot. They've had a ton of time off. I wish that game was happening, as a lot of Tech people do, right there in Arlington, Texas. And the Tech people could get about 50, 60,000 people in there and just take that area over, like they did for the conference championship game. But they're not going to do it. They're not going to allow them to do it. They're going to have to be out there at the Orange Bowl. And they'll have a great crowd out there, but it wouldn't be like if they played in Arlington, and they would have a huge advantage. In fact, how big is the advantage? I would say at the Orange Bowl, this game's sort of like a pick'em, pretty evenly matched from a Vegas standpoint. If Tech were playing in Arlington, Texas, I think they would be favored by 4 or 5. I do. I do. I think Vegas would love the Tech people coming in there and taking that over. And then I think Tech would be favored by 4 or 5. As I sit here in Denver, Colorado, doing some live YouTube work, the old Mosley show, the walk-in ER for pets, open 24/7. I just saw a little Chihuahua go in there, but that looks like maybe a worker's dog, like one of the workers. Looked like the dog was in pretty good condition. All right, that's how you can't see this right now, but it's not that big a deal. I'm not even going to show you. Back behind me is the Torchies, where my family's hanging out right now. We're taking a little trip, a little post-Christmas trip. We're going stay with some friends. My buddy has a place in Beaver Creek. I mean, that's what you do. You try to surround yourself in life with wealthy people and wealthy friends. No, if you went to Baylor, like Scotty and we did, you end up with lots of wealthy, great friends who take care of you in situations like this. I wish I'd have found a way to be wealthy. But anyway, the next best thing is to meet a lot of wealthy people and then just kind of try to hang out with them. I got buddies that are down there sitting courtside at these Baylor games, and they're not spending the money to be down there. They just happen to be, real close friends with Jeremy Fudge and people like that, and they get to kind of sneak down there every once in a while, get those courtside seats. I do the same thing. I do the same thing from time to time. All right, speaking of that, Scotty, he'll give us his little I love that thing he does where he kind of puts a graphic with a Scotty game report. Scotty went to see Baylor versus Arlington Baptist. None of us even knew Arlington had a university called Arlington Baptist till about a year or so ago. And it's a sad little team. They're 2-9 or 2-10 now. And the Bears beat up on them like 120 to 60 something. I don't know what you accomplish in playing a team like that, other than just to try to go out there, stay sharp. I mean, and people are like, Baylor set a record for 73% from the field. Guys, settle down. It's Arlington State. The one thing I did like is Drew Perry, Will Kirkendall. Who's that other guy that got in there? That got in the game. I love that guy. They all hit threes. And that guy did a little celebration where he hit the three. Scotty hopefully stayed for this part, and he did a little bow, like some kind of like this. I've seen somebody that has like a sack dance like that. Who had a sack dance that kind of had a Junior Seau do something like that back in the day? The late great. Somebody had one of these things. They would do that. And that kid did that after hitting three. But again, I'm not going to get excited about them beating Arlington Baptist. I just want to see my man James Najee in uniform. Put him up under. You say, well, he's got to know the offense. He's got to know the defense. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what he needs to know. He needs to know how to protect that rim. And if anybody comes near that rim, they better meet James Najee. So, the guy's been playing in NBA summer leagues. He's a smart guy. He's been playing in the overseas leagues. This dude can flat out, he wasn't good enough to obviously make an NBA roster, but he played in the foreign leagues, and the Knicks still own the rights to him, and everybody's mad. And apparently we all report to Tom Izzo now. But I say get him in there. Get him in there. And you know what? If you go like, oh, we could have been better. We would have known the defense better. You got to throw him in there at some point. You brought him in. You can't have him over there watching. Well, let's take him to Ames and let him watch for a little bit. Let's have him watch the game against – when are they playing? Oh, that game's in Foster, isn't it? When they get ready to play Iowa State, and then at some point they got the Cougars coming up. It's going to be a hellacious start to this season. You start in Fort Worth, then the Cyclones come in, then you got the Cougars. This is going to be rough way to start this thing. All right, Scotty, let's take care of our wonderful our colleagues, our friends, our partners, our sponsors. We love, my gosh, Central National Bank. Thank you, Brian Fonville. Thank you for your friendship. The Nesbitt family, they are huge supporters in the Nesbitt family. Joe Nesbitt, great friends with Doug McNamee, the new AD I mean, CNB is well positioned, baby, and we love having them as our lead sponsor and our presenting sponsor. We love Ascension Providence. Those doctors, Scotty's done so many incredible interviews with them. Let's take care of our sponsors real quick, and then we'll come back, and I've got some Cowboys news to share with you. Let's do that next.
If you want the best for your body, you want Ascension Providence, the largest sports and orthopedics group in Central Texas. Using innovative and cutting-edge technology, we're able to understand your body better than ever, delivering treatment with precision. And with our fellowship-trained and board-certified doctors, you'll receive excellent care. Work with a team dedicated to your health, wellness, and safety.
So you can perform
at your best.
Ascension Providence, caring for Texas families for over 120 years.
It's the Wrap Up the Year sales event at Allen Samuels in Waco. Drive home a new Ram 1500 Lone Star with 0% for 72 months or 3.9% for 72 months. Plus 10% below MSRP and get 2,000 holiday select inventory cash. Need more power? Check out the selection of new Ram 2500s, all backed by our 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and no payments for 90 days. Hurry to Allen Samuels in Waco.
Come by. Let's be friends.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Don't buy from social media ads unless the ad is from a verified company. When you click those ads, you open yourself up to fraud. If it seems too good to be true, it almost always is.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
All right, we are back. It's Mosley's show live from my vehicle as we are in Denver, headed up to do some skiing, Beaver Creek. I broke my neck a few years ago in a cycling accident, so I kind of leave the skiing to the girls in my family, and they have a great time. They love it. They love it. I just enjoy sitting around drinking coffee and reading. I think I brought at least one book. I might try to read two books while I'm here. And they're watching CFP, man. It's going to be bowl watching all day, just hanging out slopes and doing a little, doing the YouTube show. Scotty and I will get together. We'll do some more tomorrow, and then we'll be off on Thursday and Friday. We'll leave that with you and then be back on the 5th, on January 5th. So we'll play it that way, but we will do a little bit with you tomorrow as we get you ready for the college football playoff, and we got a game tomorrow evening. I know a lot of the coverage on both radio and TV and all of that happens earlier in the day, but 6 o'clock on a lot of places, and then the big game that'll happen, Cotton Bowl, as Ohio State probably prepares to just knock it's going to be rough for Miami. Although Miami, watch out. 7 sacks of Marcel. Colin Klein got caught trying to do 2 jobs. If you got 2 jobs, you better not do one. I don't love it. I do not love letting these coaches, some of them are better at it than others. But when you're having to recruit, set up, and hire a staff, and you're leaving meetings all the time, you're not going to be great at what you're doing. All right, I did want to leave you guys with some thoughts. We're live today. Those who kind of planned their day around us, thank you. And this kind of seems like it should be the start of the show. I actually started the show, I don't know, like 30 or 40 minutes ago. We just were like, what the heck? Let's just start the show today at 12:30. All right, since I'm on the move and up in the mountains. Now, the good news is these are all archived, and we'll put all this out, and so you'll be able to you'll be able to watch all this later. Let me take you through some stuff going on with Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. Looks like DeMarvion Overshown could be cleared to go. Don't know why you would play some of these people, but he wants to play. Dak has argued to play. They're going to let him start this game. Will he finish it? I don't know. There's no reason. I mean, they really, the best thing they could do is lose this game, but it's against the Giants. The Giants are uniquely built to lose games, and so they're uniquely prepared for that, and they lose a lot. I think they win the other day. I mean, I feel like they might have won. Shockingly, I mean, it's hard to keep up. I mean, these games there were some games that involved like 2-13 teams. You know, there was I mean, just awful stuff. And then of course the Patriots were out there taking care of people. I think the Seahawks took care of the Panthers, and the Patriots were just out destroying people. I think that was the sad sack Jets. And now they're acting like poor Aaron Glenn could get fired. Come on, man. You trade off most of their great defensive players. They're the Sauce Gardner, Quentin Williams, linebackers, defensive linemen, cornerbacks, people on the offense. They don't have a quarterback, and you're literally going to fire the coach after 1 year. Nice work. That sounds like something Woody would do. Now, let's get back to the Cowboys. What are they looking to do? Today on his show on 105.3, The Fan, the flagship station, Jerry basically is saying that when asked like how quickly he could make changes on his defense, he said pronto. He used the word pronto. He went Spanish. He went with a Spanish word, which means fast. Okay, you can also say rapido, R-I-P-I-D-O is a good way to say rapid. Another word for rapid or fast. But yeah, he said it could happen in a hurry. I think it will happen. I think you're going to change out all your defensive coaches. That'll be the fourth time in as many years. And I looked at a stat the other day that, I mean, of the worst defensive performances in the history, like 3 of them have happened in the past 6 seasons. I mean, it's unbelievable. Mike Nolan had it happen. Zimmer had it happen. This year's the worst. They've given up the most points in the NFL. I believe they're at 477 going into the final game. I mean, they average. They're like the 4th best offense in the league in the NFL. 4th best offense and the worst defense, and they give up right around 30 points a game. It's a disaster, and they're going to have a no defensive staff. And oh, by the way, if you're wondering about Brian Flores, let me remind you. Jerry does not get in bidding wars for defensive coaches, for assistant coaches. That is not his MO. I'm not saying he won't pay decent money to assistants, but I promise you, if somebody wants to get crazy and give an enormous amount of money to a coordinator, Jerry will let somebody else do that with Flores. And by the way, Flores is someone who kind of needs checks and balances. Flores is a difficult guy. Ask the Dolphins. Ask Stephen Ross, the old owner out there with the Dolphins. I think that lawsuit statement still might be in play. This is an extremely difficult guy at times. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant guy, but you sort of need a yin and yang. Now, it's worked well with the Vikings because O'Connell is that kind of nice, good cop sort of guy. Schottenheimer's a lot like that too. So I'm not saying it couldn't work. I'm saying give it like a 2 or 3% chance of it happening. Brian Flores coming to the Cowboys. There's almost a better shot that like Rex Ryan would come in here, but the Cowboys will look at all options and they will try to go with somebody, but they're going to have to make a change because the Eberflus experience has gone. It's not all his fault. My gosh, they've made changes the week before the season. They trade the best pass rusher in all of the NFL, and what a disaster! I mean, just an absolute disaster. So that is what the Cowboys are up to. And Jerry I think they are going to play Dak. I don't know if Dak will finish this game, and the Cowboys, for whatever reason, think it's some kind of great thing to go 8-1. All right, NFL-wise, some other things that are going on. The Steelers and Ravens will play on Sunday Night Football, and the winner of that one will go to the playoffs. The loser of it will stay home. The winner of that will be the AFC North champion. Same thing over on the NFC side. Both the Buccaneers and Panthers go at it. Panthers sitting there at 8-8. Bucks are 7-9. These are bad teams, but it's bad divisions. All right, so if the Cowboys could be in one of those divisions, they'd still be in the playoff hunt, but they're not. They're in the NFC East, where the Eagles pulled out. Eagles continue not to be great on offense unless they're playing like, well, there's certain teams everybody looks good against, like the Raiders. But the Eagles won a game 13-12. I believe that gets them to 11-5. 16, does that work out right? I think that's right. And so we're starting to see the NFL playoffs come in. It's amazing to look over on the AFC side and realize, wow, this is going to be the Bills' greatest chance. I mean, the Jacksonville's good. The Patriots look good. I mean, this is unbelievable. And you're just like, wait, who's coaching that team? Liam Cohen. Canales is coaching the Seahawks. Ben Johnson, like the Bears, are really good. So you got the Seahawks at 13-3, have a chance to get the first seed. The Niners are still sitting there with a chance. Niners, the game the other night, I hope Scotty watched this. That game the other night was unbelievable. Maybe the game of the season. And the 49ers found a way, 42-38 against the Bears. Bears were great. Caleb played well. Collinsworth was giving him all kinds of, he missed an open receiver. He's got people bearing down on him. He's getting rushed. He's like 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and Collinsworth wants him to hit an open receiver while running backwards. It's a joke. I mean, Caleb Williams put up great numbers in that game. He's playing brilliantly for Ben Johnson. I'll remind you, and I like Schottenheimer, okay? I do like Brian Schottenheimer. But all these coaches, like Ben Johnson, great in his first year. Young coach, Canales doing great. The Liam Cohen in Jacksonville, rookie head coach, unbelievable. Guy came over from the Bucks. I mean, look at these teams. These teams like Detroit didn't make the playoffs without Ben Johnson. The Bucks lose Liam Cohen. Only maybe might make the playoffs because they're in such a horrible division. These guys are doing an incredible job. Now, they might be making a mistake. There's a big mistake you can make in coaching, and that is to be too good too quickly. All right, it happened to my buddy Tony Sperano, the late, great Tony Sperano with the Miami Dolphins. He was too good. They went 11-5, and then they're 10-6 right away, and then the expectations went up, and then they couldn't meet. Same thing with Todd Haley, my old friend from the Cowboys coaching staff, who went to the Chiefs. They go 11-5, and they're maybe 12-4. Either 11-5 or 12-4. They won too quickly, and a couple of years later, he's gone. He's fired. All right, so watch these things, because I'm not convinced that the Bears and Jacksonville are like automatically great, but young quarterbacks playing a lot better, teams playing better. Bears could have won that game the other night. They're down there trying to get it done at the very end. They ran a beautiful hook and ladder, and the only reason that hook and ladder didn't work, I think that was DeAndre Swift, needed to, when they ran a pitch down there inside around the 10-yard line, the guy who took the pitch didn't go out wide enough. I think it was DeAndre Swift down there. But man, and I like that. Those backup I don't know who the backup tight end behind Kittle is a good player for the 49ers, 88, and then 87 for the Bears. I got to get to know this guy. I mean, he's good. He's good. I mean, I'm sure he's been pretty good this season. I just hadn't really paid that much attention to the Bears other than when they shellacked the Cowboys. But that guy can play. That guy's a good player. All right, so just a little NFL talk for you. Man, it's been fun. It's been fun. We decided just to kind of get going earlier today. And so we came on today at about 12:15, and we tried to give you about the best hour we could. All right. So if you're coming in, you're like, where's Mosley? Why is Mosley not in his 1 to 3? Well, first of all, it's the daggum holidays. I'm trying to go skiing, and I'd like to occasionally take a little time off. All right, but that's okay. That's okay because we're treated very well, and we will be off for the 1st through the 4th, and we'll take a little time. I say that part of that's a weekend, but hey, Thursday and Friday, I'm happy to have those days. So I am not. Do not hear me complaining. Is there anything else I need to cover? I think the Baylor TCU game, I'll have more on that one tomorrow. I'll tell you when I'm going to talk to Scott Drew. We'll have the latest from him. As again, we got to see if, we have to report to Coach Izzo, make sure Coach Izzo's okay with everything. Because, hey, college basketball is not broken because BYU's paying A.J. DeBanza $7 million for his freshman year before he goes to the NBA. It's broken because some poor guy who got drafted but never sniffed an NBA court is able to come back to college. Oh, is he 27? Is he NBA veteran? Oh, no, he's 21 years old. He's 21 years old. He's an appropriate college age. He's going to go to classes. He's probably going to get, invited into the culture of joy. And he'll be a guy that the Baylor team welcomes with open arms, and they love this kid. So James Najee will have the time of his life. He's over there trying to learn whatever, German or wherever he was. He was maybe he was in the Spanish league over there at the FC. Who was he with? FC. Was he over in Milan or Barcelona or somewhere? The guy was off not even a guy that grew up in Nigeria. He's off playing overseas. Now he gets to go to college. He gets to meet people. He gets to have fun in Waco. This is a fun story. Everybody's trying to act like, oh my gosh, college basketball is broken. Believe me, it was way more broken for other reasons than this. But because the amateurism that people want now, it's like, oh, please, Congress, please come help us. Oh, please, collective bargaining. Oh, that'll save us. Be careful what you wish for. Collective bargaining. Before long, we'll have a strike. Well, where are the college games? Who's playing today? Well, no, they went on strike. Baylor went on strike. They didn't get some payments. They didn't get a quarterback. Didn't get his payment this week, so all the players went on strike. Everybody, I got all these coaches. We did collective bargaining. Yeah, I heard Scott saying that the other day. I'll get Scott on, and he and I will talk about collective bargaining. That's the one thing I was good at in law school is contracts, negotiating, all of that. I think I might have made a B in contracts. Thank you very much. Don't ask me about Civ Pro with Underwood. Now the good news is, friends of my buddies their kids are in law school now. They say the law school professors still ask them what Mosley's up to. I do like that. I take great pride in. I still have great friendships with my law school professors, even though I would not say that was my time to shine in my academic career, my storied academic career. All right. We're going to leave it with you. I'm going to go try to get the girls to the mountain. I don't know if they can get a half day in. I don't even know. It's like 50 degrees in Denver. There's no snow in sight. I don't know if anybody's skiing. I don't know why we're here, but you know what? It'll be beautiful, and we'll have fun. We'll all gather around the campfire, and we'll sing some songs. They did say Thursday night. They said, "Hey, you want to join us?" I said, "Sure." What are we doing? Well, it's a price. Said it's a price fix type thing. One of those, you just kind of sign up, and so what is it per person? Because we got our daughter with us. Our college freshman daughter, they said, oh, it's $170 a pop. Well, that's without anybody ordering anything, alcohol or anything. And fortunately, these are a bunch of Baptists. As long as the Baptists are around each other, nobody will drink. And $170 a pop. So I just said, you know what? I got to cover that CFP game that night. This is New Year's Eve. This tomorrow night. I'm going to beg out of that one. All right. Again, if I were at if I were in some place that Venice, and it was 170 a pop, maybe I would think about it. But we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a great time in Colorado, and these are incredible friends of ours. And in fact, we're staying with former Baylor track athlete, the great Dr. Tyler Cooper, and we'll have an incredible time. I don't know if Tyler wants it out there that he's hanging out with Mosley, but he stuck with me because we were fraternity brothers 30 years ago. All right, that's it. That's all we got today. It's 1:20. We've done a good solid hour and a half. We'll let history decide what we did today, whether it was appropriate or not. We appreciate everybody who's been a part of this one. And Scotty was extremely agile. I said, Scotty, I pulled off side of the road. I need to go now. I need to start now. Scotty had his laptop out. I mean, he's spending time with family. He's spending time with his daughter. And Scotty just said, can do. I can do it. And that is the attitude he has. In fact, I talked to somebody that is up high at Rogue the other day, and they were talking about how, like, unbelievable Scotty's been here. So that's good. That's good to hear. And I'm glad to see everybody at Rogue doing a great job. Uh-oh, I see ice over there. Can you believe it? It's like 50 degrees, and somehow there's some, like, ice over there. It's the Mosley Show. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll decide when we want to start. Tomorrow, I'll try to start it where more of you, if you like the live show, and we'll put it on Twitter. I can't remember Scott. I think I told Scotty not to put it on Twitter today. But tomorrow, we'll set it up, have it in a really nice area of the house. I'll maybe have the mountains in the background, and we'll do studio quality. It'll be studio quality. I may even put makeup on. All right? Lord knows I need it. All right, it's the Mosley Show. It's Rogue Media Network. It's Mosley. It's Scotty Swingler. And we will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock straight up.